Hello, welcome, globetrotters, and I'm super happy to share this secret with you all, right? And I don't know why I'm excited, but I know that at least one person that watches this, at least one person can be able to learn from this secret. It's an hack, and this hack actually saves you a lot of time, right? And it saves you lots of money. And this is proven. I mean, proven. And I would say that if you try to watch till the end, you would learn and steal my strategy, right? And you can use it anyhow you want it, right? If you are a traveler from Nigeria, from any West African country, maybe Ghana, Benin Republic, Cote d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, and all of that, I want to share you one secret that has to do with traveling, right? This secret is I don't know. But people sometimes you go online and they say, oh, put on your VPN, change your location, do this, do that, and all of that. But sincerely, doing all of that trash actually didn't bring any good results. But I know of four that has really helped and worked for me. And the fourth one is the most important one. So do well to stay to the end and watch this video till the very end if you really want to save at least $1,000 from your next trip outside of Africa. Sincerely, this is something that nobody else is willing to tell you. So listen to this secret. What is the first thing? So the first thing is you need to ensure that you have a plan for your trip. They call it itinerary. So itinerary does not only um, apply to just your maybe it doesn't just apply to just your flight booking and say, okay, you're flying from this place to this place and all of that. I don't know how to say it. I've once had a flight with a transit in Kenya to Uganda, right? And I spent I think less than $400, right? And it was a return trip to Nigeria, but people don't know all of this. And I've also had a trip outside of Nigeria to America, and I saved $1,000 minimum. I think that is the minimum actually that I saved. I actually saved more than that, but at least that's the minimum amount I'll look at. I went to the airline and I requested for a quotation for the price. And the price that was given to me, you can't imagine it. The price was way, 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 way. Oh, like it was outside my budget, right? As a young person, right? I had to save. So it was outside my budget. I just said, okay, no problem. I'll get back to you. So I went online searching like you do now, right? I was searching, searching, searching. So while I was searching, I just said, oh, I've heard, oh, you can fly from Benin Republic and all of that. I later found out that that has become something of the past. It doesn't really work anymore. So what did I do? I didn't stop at Benin Republic. I just checked Togo. I checked Ghana. And then I think one interesting thing was because I sort of have my own itinerary of what I want to do, right? Where I want to go, specific area, time. So I was able to search for it, and then I tried different dates. That leads me to my second point. You need to have a flexible date, right? Flexible date, I do not mean you need to move according to the dates of the airline. No, I do not mean that. What I'm saying is, if what you want to do is happening on the 15th and you state in that airline website that your date is flexible, if you are given an opportunity to travel on the 14th, on the 10th, or on the 11th, or on the 12th, don't go beyond 10th because extra 5 days is a lot, right? And you can use that 5 days to plan and all of that. Why I'm telling you this is because if you have a program starting and then you want to arrive a day before, most times you break down. I've experienced that before. So do well to also work with a flexible date. So a flexible date gives you an offer that you get to see the price that is lesser than the date you actually want to travel. And so far you have a valid document to travel within that time is also fine, right? That's the second point. The third point is that you need to check the specific airline that is going to where you're going. I mean, don't look for an airline that has a layover in another country and you're going to another country. That, in a way, sometimes can help to reduce your cost. Why? Because it's not always the time that you say, oh, if you have the longer layover, if you have a cheaper flight, it's a big lie. You can have a longer layover and still pay more. A good example of that is Emirates. No matter where you're going, no matter how long or how short your layover is you would still pay more because of the class that they belong. So one thing I've also found out as a Nigerian, as a flygerian, right? Someone who flies, I've observed is that flying from Nigeria is actually high, right? It's high. Let's be honest with ourselves. So it would be okay if you're honest with yourself, right? And then I have an option for you. If you think you have time and maybe you're able to enjoy the layover, which is my third point, you can actually take some airlines like Kenya, Ethiopia. I didn't mention Egypt Air. Yeah, please be careful. I've once used it before. I wasn't satisfied with it. And I've had friends that have similar experience. Except I'm going to Egypt, I can use it. But if I'm going to other countries, I would definitely not have it. The one I think I want to experience more is Egypt. Yeah, Rwanda Air, Kenya Airways, Ethiopian Airline, and all of that, right? I've tried some of that, especially the first two. So then another thing is you need to ensure that you do not just make a booking for where you are going. You also like sit down and ask people that have gone there before, right? Because don't go and land yourself in a trouble and then the airline maybe they have cancellation and all of that, and because you're getting a cheap ticket, you have to pay more. That's a lot. I had similar experience like that with Egypt Air. It wasn't Egypt Air fault actually. It was due to the fact that I used Nigerian passport. I'm a Nigerian, and then I didn't get the visa before the time to I wanted to fly. So my own personal principle is if I don't have the document, I'm not going. So I stayed, right? It was really hurting, right? It hurts me, and I wasn't denied, but I didn't get the visa documents early, right? It's within an African country, so that's not a big deal. So then that's actually cost me more. So I've experienced missing flights, I've experienced change of flight and all of that. And then the good one is if you're going to places like Canada, US, and all, I would say if you can look for airlines like Qatar Airline, book earlier, it helps, right? My last point, which is the most important point, is this. Wherever you plan to travel to, have at least 2 months before you book your flight, right? If you have 2 months, that means you are sort of lucky. And then those 2 months, there are times you need to think of that 2 months. No matter how you want to book your flight, if these 2 months is November and December, sorry, the prices will still be high. There is nothing you can do about that. If you travel around January, February, March, April, you are more luckier, right? Than when you travel around July, when it's summertime, August, September, October, people are going on vacations here and there. So you're not able to enjoy the opportunity of paying a lesser fare for your flights. So in whole, ensure that you plan 2 months before that time, right? And that saves you a lot of money. You don't need to go and check maybe Google Flights using VPN and all of that. Don't waste your time doing all of those things. Like, don't waste your time. Just and also, I think the best thing I would also recommend is reach out to the airline, have conversation with the airline. But you see, airlines like Delta Airline, be careful because if they book your flight for you, they will charge additional $100, right? Just be careful. I'm giving you this tip. You will not be told, but it will be added to your money. So you have the app, then just take your time, be flexible, check different dates, check different dates, check different dates. You might check it for 2, 3 days. In fact, at a point, it was as if I was doing forex. I was seeing how the money was going in map, in map. At the point, I knew the additional amount they will have the next day, especially if it's around March, April. You can predict the amount, right? They don't just increase it like that. And then there are some airlines that want to give you heart attack and say 2 tickets left. Don't be deceived by that. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you that if you know where you want to travel to and you go to the airline website, don't book instantly. Take your time. Take your time. That works for me, and I hope you gain a lot from this. So have a flexible date. You should be very sure of where you're going when you want to travel. Don't travel when the flights prices are higher. Then give yourself at least 2 months before you travel. Then try as much as possible to use a direct airline to wherever you're going. So in case there is any issue that has to do with visa and all of that, you are more safe and all of that. Then another thing which I'll say is that don't just travel and then register through maybe a booking website that won't give you miles. Use the particular airline so you can save your miles, right? I hope you gain a lot from this. All right, bye. Please, see you um in the air. Yeah, bye for now. Please do well to watch this video and share with your friends so they can watch and save money as well. And please, now, subscribe and like, and then comment. What other contents do you want to hear from me about traveling? I'm ready to share. I think I've traveled to like 8 countries. I can't remember. Yeah, yeah, more of African countries. I've been to Qatar, I've been to the United States. I'm just taking it one step at a time. I'm not rushing myself. Yeah, one country at a time. All right, guys. Please save money, lots of money. All right, bye.